In my last video, I talked about the role of the accounts payable team and how they can help you as a project manager. There's another team in the finance department that can also help you, and that is the team that are the general accountants who maintain the books for the company, because they will be doing some project reporting or some reports on the finances that you can then compare to your own reports. Again, in a large company, you may well have a team of accountants. Capital accountants tend to deal with capital expenditure, and the majority of project expenditure, at least under UK regulations, would come under capital expenditure. So you may well have capital accountants and accountants that deal with other things, or you may have a multifunctional accountant who does all kinds of expenditure tracking as part of his or her daily role. As a project manager, you'll be tracking your project expenditure, especially for goods and services and the things that you buy in the carrying out of your project. But you're not the only person in the company who has an interest in how the company's money is being spent. And the accountants will also be looking at overall where the organisation's money is going. They'll then keep a track, and if they can keep a track of the money that is related to your project, perhaps with a particular project code, you can then compare the reports that are coming out of the finance department from the accountants with your own project logs. That's really important because it's quite likely that the company senior stakeholders will take what is recorded on the finance reports as the final state of play. After all, they're the accountants, they know exactly what invoices have been paid, they know everything there is to know about accruals, and your spreadsheet is likely to just be a list of things that the project has spent. So in terms of recognising expenditure as part of the formal accounts, what the accountants have is likely to be the truth, at least in the eyes of the senior stakeholders. So every so often I would really recommend that you find the accountant who is responsible for tracking the area of the company where your project falls, and sit down with him or her and compare your reports, your tracking spreadsheet, with the data that that person is reporting as part of the overall company expenses. I've done that recently, and it's very interesting to see where there is a discrepancy. And we did find the discrepancy, and then we found out what the issue was and why the two sets of reports were different. So it's important to be able to dig down into the data if you do find problems, just to make sure that you're on the same page as your company finance team.